So it's really interesting how Black people get judged for leaving the US, but nobody questions white Americans or, Europeans who do the exact same thing. So let's talk about that for a second because people act shocked when Americans say, I want a better life or I want a better quality of life outside of the US. But here's the thing though, people have been leaving America for decades. This isn't new. This isn't some TikTok trend. This isn't a mass exodus out of nowhere or, a great migration out of nowhere. Expats, retirees, digital workers, entire families, they've been quietly leaving because they saw it coming a long time ago, okay? Long time before all of this started happening. Yet somehow when Black people say the same thing, it becomes, why would you leave such a great nation? And let me be clear. Black people are not obligated to stay and keep fighting systems that refuse to change. It will never change. It hasn't changed for years, hundreds of years. It's not going to change now. That is not a moral duty. That is not betrayal. That is self-preservation. And honestly, you guys, most of the people judging have never actually lived outside of the US or spent an extended time outside of the US. And I'm not talking about, your 2-week all-inclusive Cancun vacation. That does not count. You can come in. I'm talking about paying rent abroad, using healthcare abroad, buying groceries abroad. That's my 2-year-old toddler and his dad. I'm talking about living in another culture, understanding another economy, because once you do that, you start asking different questions like, why is healthcare cheaper? Or why does healthcare cost less, but it still has a great quality? Why is my money going further? And yeah, we can talk about currency arbitrage and, currency conversion and all those things, but it also works. It also makes sense equally for the locals as well, is what I want to say, right? You're probably going to ask yourself, why does my nervous system feel calmer, right? Do yourself a favor and travel. Take a sabbatical somewhere else, okay? And then come back and tell me whether people leaving the US are crazy or if they just saw another option and choose peace. Wanting a better life does not make you ungrateful. It makes you aware.